gripped in fear because this person is on the loose. Is there any new information about this investigation?
Right now, again, all the units are working together. They're tracking
I know I ain't taking no train.
video that they can find.
Well, I'm not near that train, but you never know. I'm gonna stay above ground.
Right now.
I'm gonna stay on the bus.
Identify who it is, trying to get a picture out. Once we get that picture out, we'll be able to move a lot quicker. I'm confident that you're going to see some quick response, some quick identification.
That's what I said too. I said New York gonna get him. New York gonna find him.
Along with all the NYPD units.
New York don't play. United States don't play.
It is going to be a top imperative to identify this individual and grab him as quickly as possible, so people feel safe getting back on that subway.
Since 9/11, I gotta say they've been on the ball. Every time something transpires out here, when I say out here, I mean in New York or in, I want to say any other state, you know, any other than 50 states, but, you know, since I live in New York, I can only focus on my own. And maybe they did quickly found other people and stuff that I don't know, can't really remember right now, but I know when it comes to New York City, them people, they don't stop till they get who they looking for. So I say, they're saying it too, that it was, they don't think it's just something that happened by random. They think somebody actually was setting to kill these people. I don't know. People was talking about that it got something to do with the war in whatever them states are or countries, right? So I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the world today, because it's not my, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not really my business, because ain't nothing I can do about it. And y'all may say, well, you need to be on top. You need to know what's going on. No, I don't need to know what's going on. You know, being that I got my TV, apparently it's on this channel, I'm knowing. I don't know nothing. I'll be honest with you. You know, I'm keeping my priorities with my priorities, and whatever my priorities that I can do something about and that I can take care of, that's what I'm gonna do. I can't do nothing about this man or this woman or whoever it is that started shooting. That's for the authorities to take care of. If they block off the train and say don't take the N, don't take the R, don't take the Q, don't take the Z, don't take the B, whatever, then I'm not gonna take it. I'm not going to try God and say, oh, well, I'm serving God, and God is going to protect me, so I'm going to go on out of there. I'm going to go and take this train. That means you testing him. You trying him. He will protect us from seen and unseen dangers. Not dangers that we deliberately put ourselves in. And if he does protect us from dangers that we put ourselves into, then that's his mercy, and he deserves the praise and honor and thanks, because you and your foolish self went walking out there testing him and saying, oh, he gonna protect me, and he looking at you like, you know what, this person's crazy, I should just let him go on and get hit. Because I'm a merciful God, I'm not gonna do that.
Most definitely, because, Chief, as you can imagine, people are very fearful right now. How long do you think, and what goes into the investigation in terms of trying to figure out what kind of weapon this man has or had on him?
At this point, they're recovering the cells. Crime scene will be out there. They'll be recovering the cells. They can identify that weapon very rapidly. Whatever devices he had, I'm sure they've already been recovered. Either our bomb squad or text from the FBI currently or ATF are looking at them, identifying exactly what type of device that is. This is well underway in the investigation. These pieces are probably already known by the NYPD and FBI investigators, and they're just moving along at this point. We've shown in these sort of cases, the results usually happen fairly quick.
They certainly do. Yes, we have seen that. And Chief, tell us about your gut and what your thoughts went to when you heard some of these details that this person reportedly wearing an orange type construction vest, dropping what could be a smoke grenade, and then to start shooting. What were your initial thoughts when you heard that? I know you mentioned how this is something that's always been one of the worst fears in the NYPD, is somebody doing something like this, but the specifics of it, the vest, the smoke grenade.
It sounds like a well-planned terrorist type attack, is what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like it's something random that just happened. It was someone, for some reason unknown at this point, decided to do a attack on innocent civilians at a train station.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. I mean, we'll see what happens as this investigation moves on. It could change, but initial gut reaction, and that's why you're seeing such a massive response over there from every city agency. Until we can find out something different, that's got to be the belief.
Yes, definitely. All right, Chief, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Of course, we will get back to you if you have any more information to share. Thanks. And we're going to check in now with Miles Miller, who is live at Sunset Park. Miles, good morning.
Darlene, good morning to you. Just spoke with a source at one police plaza who tells me that what this appears to be is that there were 5 people who were confirmed to be shot. The other people that make up that number around 13, who you know, that total number of 13 people injured, is from people who may have fallen, who maybe have been trying to get out of the subway car and had gotten hurt in that instance. That happens in a lot of these types of cases. I'll show you what's going on here. There's a crush of police here at 36th and 4th Avenue in Sunset Park. What we know at this hour is that the investigators are searching the MTA's surveillance cameras at the moment. There are 472 stations. Each of them, since 2021, have been equipped with cameras to be able to see who is entering and exiting the subway station. They will figure out where on the line that person who apparently was dressed with an orange vest entered, and then they'll figure out where that person egressed. They'll look at any MTA card data, so MetroCard data, to see maybe where that person started their trip, and then from that they'll figure out where they went. So that is what's going on right now. Again, 2 schools in this area, they're both on lockdown.
All right, Miles, thank you very much for the update there from the scene. Also on the scene, News Force John Chandler.
I mean, the kids are stuck in school.
Hi, Darlene. Good morning. We've been telling you about the residential community in and around here that is frankly terrified by all of this. And at that time in the morning, we're out and about, going out to drop their kids off, to make runs to the grocery store, walk the dog, whatever the case. Joanna here lives right in the neighborhood. Joanna, you were dropping your child off at PS24, the elementary school right here.
My name is Joanna Morales. This morning I bring to my daughter in the school at the PS24, and I'm very scared because I saw a lot of people running for, I say, oh, what happened, and I need to go in for the school because I need to pick up the one paper, and the police say, oh, the school is closed because something in that train. And I'm going to walk the train because I need to take the train for, I go to that some place, and I see a lot of people running, a lot of people in chat and scared and say, oh, what happened? I saw a lot of police. I listened to somebody spilled to the person, and I saw a lot of people go out, and a lot of bleeding in the leg. I see a lot of ambulance. I don't know. I'm very scared because I don't know what happened in the train.
It had to be terrifying for you.
Yes, it's terrible. I live in I live in the 40th Street for almost 14 years, and the first time I see that situation.
Just 3 blocks away, you live on 40th Street.
Yeah, 3 blocks.
PS 24 right here behind us is a block away from that subway entrance at that subway station. A lot of people who go to that school may take the subway to get to this school in the morning.
Yes, every morning, and that train station is very crowded because this is very close for the everyone.
36th Street.
Joanna, thank you for your time. Be safe. We
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay, Joanna telling us that she was dropping her daughter
36th
off at
Street.
PS 24, something that a lot of people in this neighborhood were doing at that time of morning. Right now, we are standing at 37th and 4th Avenue. We may still be pushed back, as I mentioned in my earlier report, because they're still working underneath us through the subway tunnels to make sure that that is clear. Right now, this is as far back as they have pushed us. As we continue down 4th Avenue, I mean, 10s, 20 so blocks blocked off right now. The side streets, they do have traffic coming through, but they're trying to keep those as clear as they can for emergency vehicles. Darlene, it remains a very active scene and dealing with a light rainfall all morning that continues to come down.
And John, I'm looking at a school bus. I'm looking, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's 4th Avenue that you just mentioned. But where you are, 4th Avenue and 37th, and this having happened at the 36th Street station, I mean, just talk to us about this neighborhood. This is a New York City neighborhood. There are schools, there are buildings and residential buildings and stores, grocery stores, and people going back and forth. And this is your typical New York City neighborhood.
Yes, it is. She's right.
This is a quintessential New York neighborhood. You're right here along 4th Avenue here in the Sunset Park section. As you extend north on 4th Avenue, you go through Greenwood Heights, you get to Park Slope and Gowanus. From blocks to the west and to the east, you have row homes, brownstones, and generations.
Yeah. That area is the area where the money is. So. Wow. So just a warning. Maybe that's what I was feeling yesterday. You know? But I got another feeling, but I don't know what it was. So I guess that was it. It was a warning. There you go. I know the people keep saying, what is that hanging from the... Something's hanging from the window. What's that there? It ain't hanging from my window. It's coming from somebody else's window. Lord have mercy. That's why I say you just got to give God praise. When you're allowed to go to church on Sundays, I mean, not knocking the weekdays, but when you get a chance to get to church on Sundays, you need to praise Him. Saved or unsaved, because the Word says, "Let everything that have breath praise you, Lord." You get to go through a whole week, each day of the week, and you ride on trains, and you taking buses, and you walking streets, and all. I mean, people think that because they got their own car and they don't ride the train, that the people that ride the train, is more vulnerable. Things can happen to them right in their car. You having your own car don't make you exempt from me. That's why I told them yesterday when I preached, I said, I thank God for what God has provided for me. I was talking about the food stamp card. I thank God for it. Because He knew that down the line, not even down the line, whenever it was, that it was going to come a time that Sharon was going to need some food stamps. And people talk about people that stay on welfare all their life and sit down and wait for a check and sit down and don't want to work and all this other stuff. They got all this negative stuff to say about somebody. And why? But I don't care. because nobody know your story. They can say whatever they want to say about me not working. I worked. I held down some jobs. Yes, I did. I did my working. I made my money. And I guess when I sit down and think about it, I guess it was for the best that I didn't get a city job. Because my husband would have came here and I wouldn't have been able to work. Because that was his reason for hurting my daughter. Almost trying to kill her because I wasn't in home. Because I was out trying to get a career going. And he didn't want that. He thought I was out there trying to get a career going with a guy. You know? So he always had a crazy mind. Always had a crazy mind. Still got a crazy mind. Maybe it ain't that crazy now because he don't really got control over it. He can't remember things. But when he had the full course of his memory, he always had a crazy mind. So I couldn't work. And let me tell you something. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think if this was after he did what he did to my daughter. This daughter is deceased today. That's the one that died, that I lost. But when I found out about it, I'm gonna tell that story. I don't want to tell it now. But I gotta just put this little piece in here to make my point of why I ain't work. Now that I'm remembering, it wasn't in my destiny to work because my husband was very abusive, very controlling, and I always was one to try to keep the peace. Yeah, I was big and bad, as people may want to say. I didn't let him like totally control me, and that's the good thing that kept me out of a very bad abusive relationship. He tried to kill me, but he had to come and sneak up on me and kill me. He couldn't. He couldn't just like pick up his fist and just bop me and just come to me and say, I'm gonna kill you like that. Because he knew I was a fighter. So he had to sneak up on me, try to kill me. But I made a video on that, and I think it's entitled My Husband Tried to Kill Me. I'll try to find it, and if I remember, put it in this video. I've been saying that with some other videos, right? That I was gonna put the link in. I'm so sorry. But hopefully I remember, and I'll do so for you. If not, you could just go in my videos and go into the search and say, husband tried to kill me. So now, when he did what he did to my daughter, and when I realized it, when it was told to me when I got to the church, I was screaming and crying and crying. And my aunt, she's dead today, Bishop Mingo, she came over to me while I was crying. She came to the back of the church, because I was back there. I was just like devastated. And she came and she said, all right. She said, stop crying. She said, stop crying. I said, my baby. Oh, my baby. She said, yes, I know. Stop crying. And she stood right there. She said, we're going to pray right now. And she started. She started praying right then and there. And when she finished praying, she said to me, she said, you can't work. And if I'm correct, I believe she said to me, you ain't gonna never be able to work. See, because if you work, Tracy gonna kill you for the money. So, yeah, she said this after. Yeah, she said this. She said this before he did it the second time. Because he did it twice. I'll get into that story. I don't want to get into that. It's bringing about emotions that I thought was down already. That I thought was not. I'll bump it. Okay, well, anyway, let me eat something. Maybe that'll take the, you know how you get choked up. So let me see if I can eat something to take the chokeness out. Okay. So, she said, it just came to me. Let's remember it. She said, you can't work. She said, because if you work, Tracy gonna kill you for that money. Either she said it that way or she said Tracy gonna want the money. And if you don't give it to him, he's gonna kill you. Because that was the purpose of what he did to her the first time. Because he wanted money. Because she was, I think she asked me, I'm trying to think if she prophesied that to me because I didn't tell her. Or whether she asked me what happened. Because I don't even want to talk about it, but anyway. So, that's why I say people don't know your story. They want to talk about you being on public assistance. I'm here to tell you, if public assistance is helping you, or whatever it is, whatever it's called in your state, because in my husband's state, which is California, it's called the county. In New York, it's called public assistance, it's called welfare, it's called HRA, whatever you want to call it. SNAP, whatever. So, whatever it is, whatever it's called in your state, and it is helping you out, and people want to talk less of you because you're not going to work every day and you're at home, and as they want to call it, you collecting a check. You see what I'm saying? But if you have kids, right? If you have kids and you have a husband that's not taking care of you and public assistance is taking care of you, I'm sorry, excuse me. It's taking care of you, your kids, and your husband. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel bad. Do what you got to do. Because you is being seen as the bigger person. Even though somebody's talking about you and they saying all types of things about you because you at home working, waiting for an easy check and they got to get out and work, that's their business. Because to be honest, ain't nobody told you to go out there and work. That's your choice. That's what you feel like you're going to do. And to be honest, that is... Now, here's the thing. If you're a woman and you out there... Let me finish the sentence. To be honest, that's the thing you're supposed to do. A man is supposed to work and a woman is supposed to stay home and take care of the kids. Now, here's the thing with New York public assistance. You can work and you can still collect public assistance. As long as your income doesn't go over the gross amount of your amount of family members. So if the amount that you're supposed to have annually is $1,000 and you work or your husband work and make under $1,000 annually, whether it's monthly, $200, whatever, you will still be eligible to get public assistance, cash, and food stamps with your husband working. Because public assistance does allow you to work in New York. It does allow you to work and collect. As long as you don't stay over. The only thing that they probably won't do is pay your bills. You got to pay your own. They don't even help you with no cell phone bill. But you got to pay your own gas and electric. You definitely got to pay. They'll help you with the rent. But you're going to pay the majority of the amount. So they don't leave you out there stranded. And it's probably... And please, if there's any other states out there where anybody come across this video and they still help you, like New York help you, please comment below. Comment below your state. And you could just type in, they help us while we work. But I know I was going to move to PA, and my sister lived out there. And she told me that if you don't have no kids, you're on your own. They don't, you have Section 8 pay their share of the rent, but you gotta work. You gotta work because the government, I think that's how she put it, the government is not gonna help you if you ain't got no kids. So now I was transferring out there. I had already transferred my Section 8 out to PA. All I had to do was find a place, and I think I only saw one place, and that was somebody that she knew, and I think it was either next door to her or wasn't too far from her. But the person did not want to deal with the person did not want me, which I caught on after the fact. I mean, actually, while they were showing me it, because I don't know what was going on with her and that landlord, because that landlord owned her apartment in the complex that I was going, because it was upstairs. PA, you get a whole house for what Section 8 pay out here. You take your $2,000 amount of rent and take it to any other state, and you'll get a house. Only New York you can't do that. New York, the cost of living is high everywhere now. But at that time, the cost of living was higher in New York than any other state, which it always is, because of the way we live out here. So
It's 11:32.
So now, so I wind up not going, because once she told me that, I was like, oh no, I'm not coming out here, because, I know my kids is going to get big, and, we had to move to PA. They probably wind up wanting to get their own place, you know what I'm saying? So I was looking at the possibility that I was going to be by myself, which at that time my husband wasn't with me. But I'm going to tell you something, I always had in the back of my head that one day he was coming home. So I always tried to keep my public assistant. I tried to keep the amount of rooms that I get and have, because I knew that when he come back, we would have our own room, and the kids had to have theirs. Right? So. Yeah, a lot of Chinese. Or somebody hopping out of the station. So the man must be he fell. The man must have went inside the train and started shooting. It wasn't even on, they say, in the subway. Lord Jesus. I tell you, if God ain't your refuge, you messed up. You messed up. Oh, oops. Okay, so what I'm gonna do? So he went in the station. He threw the access the smoke device and then starts shooting. It was one injuring 5 people, 2 seriously, and then 8 others. And the resulting stampede. Lord Jesus. They should only allow people to live in a state based on the amount of housing they have. So everybody would have a place to stay. Nobody would be in the street. I mean, of course, you may lose your place, the place that you have, you may lose it, but I'm talking about in general. Because see, if you have just enough space to accommodate everybody, then you don't have to worry about nobody being homeless. Even if somebody lose their apartment, lose their house or whatever, you got something, because you building extra houses, you got houses for particular situations. That's just my point. But, yeah, I didn't go to PA because there was, in the beginning, I'll be honest, in the beginning, my sister was there. She was like, yeah, you can come here. And then the door opened for Verizon. I went and took the test for Verizon. I went looking for a job to work in Verizon. And I got the job, But because of my background, I couldn't. They didn't give it to me. Nope, they did not give me the job. And trust me, I passed all the tests. So that's why I say people don't know your story. They say whatever they want to say, but they don't know your story. They think you lazy and don't want to work, that you can't really work. I mean, now since COVID, they changed it, where they took out that policy, that rule or whatever, where if you have a background, you can't work. So they took that out. Goddamn, put my hair in Thursday. I'm gonna put a weave in. Take off the wig. For a little bit. Keep it in for a month. Keep it in for a month and then take it out after the, what's the name? After the, what you call it? Because we got Women's Day And then we got the what's the name service. Dang, I keep saying the what's the name. Y'all ain't gonna never know what I'm talking about. The come on brain, come on Holy Ghost. The church anniversary, thank you. Holy Ghost. So the church anniversary is the 22nd. Women's Day is, I think, the 15th or the 17th is the week before. So I told my daughter to put it in for Easter. I keep it in. If not, I'll take it out for Women's Day. I'm gonna go visit my baby today. See how he's doing. I better call him. Well, I guess he ain't moved, because if he had moved, they would have told me. They better have told me. If I get there and he's gone, he better be going to another place. He better not be gone. Because I ain't received no calls. I ain't missed no calls. I can't believe Tracy's sisters ain't called me. I was keeping him. I can't get a hold of his older sister. I don't know what happened. I don't think nothing transpired. But every time I ask the daughter, I just be getting that feeling that she want to tell me, but she don't tell me. So I don't push it. So the truth will come out. I know he was kind of scared because he thought that they was coming to take him. I don't know where he got that from, but he thought that, and he was like, they coming to get me. I said, who's coming to get me? Get you. I said, your sisters? He said, yeah. They start talking about death and all this. I said, well, we not even talking about that. Me and Mary was talking about, we ain't even talking about that. And then I said, well, God forbid something happened to him. There's nothing I can do because I couldn't take no policy out on him. Because of the simple fact he's of age. And out here, well, I ain't gonna say out here, I don't think it got anything to do with the state. I think it got more so to do with your age. But I was telling her that they got the policy, so they would have the say-so. I would have to send him if that's what they wanted. Cause she was like, well, they can come here. I'm coming here. You the wife. I said, yeah, I'm the wife. But once Tracy leave, I don't know what Tracy told them, you know. Cause I know for a while ago, he would throw up in my face that, you know, I want to go home if I die. I don't want to stay here. I don't want you to do nothing. Something like that, he said. So it kind of like hurted me. Because I was like, man, I'm the wife and I can't even bury my own husband. But I think it had to do with the money. I'm pursuing. You know, even though I don't have no money on him, for him, or whatever. You know how you see them movies where people take out policies and then next thing you know the people die? So that's another reason why I was kind of leery. I said because, you know, I don't want people to be thinking crazy, his family and stuff. So I was like, whatever. I don't even know whether the sister, I think they was. Well, who knows? God forbid they ain't take nothing out. But see, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's tradition. That's what people think. But that should be done. But what's of importance is where you gonna spend eternity. So you ain't gonna spend eternity in that box, in that nice casket, whatever you wanna get. I don't know what happens to the caskets over years of people being in the grave for so long. I don't know, but I know what happened to the body. The body deteriorate and you don't have nothing. There's nothing there. And I'm sure after a while the bones start flaking. So if your soul ain't right with God, you can hang it up. You can, let me see this, go diagonal. I want to see if I can do that. I want to see if I can do that. Make that banner. Cause I found a. Yeah. Odom gonna text me and say, be careful in the train, sis. You know, there's some people that's just on to the news. They need to get a job. C-A-N. What's the other, what's the name? So I used a Numi. HB, the model number is HB212. Get it old, I had it like forever. I think this is the titanium. I don't know. But this is the one. I like this one. It's very good. Okay. I hope if they be able to work with Elizabeth, but she have a tooth. She had a tooth and it was bothering her. You know. So I'm not really sure. You know, I had her looking around. Let me see, did she go with the one I gave her? I'm not really sure. Damn, do her own stuff. Let me take my glasses off. There's a little cord running in front of my window. I'm getting some money, my eye jumping. I don't know. I don't like this little thing here. Can y'all see that? It's kind of like brownish. I don't know why it's like. Maybe I need to get some more hair and put out. Let me see. 'Cause I covered that brown. Yeah, Odom text me. To tell me to be careful on the train. So I appreciate her. What is it? Her thought? Whatever it may be. I appreciate it. But I'm not gonna call and ask her why. What's going on? Because I really don't think that her her sorriness is genuine. I don't think her saying sorry was what she really wanted to do. I think she was just saying sorry because our bishop told us to beg pardon to one another. And she looking at me and I'm looking at her, so no, I think she said it first. I think she said, I'm sorry. I told her, I said, well, I'm sorry. I mean, I know that I am truly sorry if it's anything that I may have said. Okay, these are my daughter's pants. Dams. I don't really wear like that pants, but I was like, I gotta freshen up my eyebrow. Like I took it off a little. Kind of pull. Somebody talking about it.
Fake palms, bro. Go look it up.
Yeah, somebody talking about it. They said a terrorist attack. My Bible says when you hear of wars and rumors of wars, look up, because your redemption draweth nigh. He said there are going to be two in the field. One shall be taken and the other left. I wonder if he's talking about the actual war, like where you'll be with somebody and then next thing you know something happened and they go on and you left, or you taking and they left, or whether he's talking about him coming, his coming. I don't think he's talking about that. All right, so that is it for my video. This one anyway. I'm gonna heat up my coffee and I shall talk to you soon.